everything, so
Cool.
don't feel any pressure
If
here.
it's bad, you can just get rid of me
It's not
totally.
live, it's not broadcast,
No,
yet.
Yeah, okay.
no. We'll
Okay.
make you look real good.
Okay. I notice I have no hair and makeup team here, but
Yeah, you wish you had Emma.
well, I've always loved television and film. And when I was working in corporate America, when I realized that really wasn't what I wanted to do, and I wanted to somehow get into the entertainment industry. And I actually went back to school for television broadcasting because I wanted to learn technically about the cameras and the gear and what it would take to create. And I ended up getting an internship at a local cable studio. And when I finished with the program, they gave me a studio to manage. So I got really lucky. And it was a great experience. I learned a lot. It was great working with the community. It was a studio that was run predominantly by volunteers. So I really kind of learned a lot about the production of it all and how to make a television show and things that people would watch and things that were important to the community. So once I kind of got up to speed and experienced that, I was like, okay, what's next? You know, I really want to continue to move forward and get into film and television. And so I actually looked up on the internet the Massachusetts Film Office, and I found some people that were looking for help for independent film, and I went in to apply for a PA position, and I walked out the UPM. So it was kind of crazy. Talk about lucky. I didn't know what I was doing, but I guess I faked it fairly well because it worked out. It was a great little independent production, and I was hooked after that. It was fun just to be there on set with the crew and the cast, and telling stories. That's what I love. And so after that, I just kind of continued to work on independent projects, and my first big film that I did in Boston was The Perfect Storm, and it was a great experience. My family got to come on set to see what it was all about, and it's kind of nice when you can involve your family and the long hours. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm not home, and this is why I can't see my friends and have time to do things. But it was a great experience. And so after kind of working in the independent scene, I realized, I want to work with the studios and keep going and progressing and learning. So I moved to California, and I've been there for about 17 years now. So. Well, I pretty much knew right away. I was very lucky. It was a very busy time in California. I got my first job in California as a production secretary on Orange County, the movie with Jack Black and Colin Hanks, and it was a great experience. I mean, two really funny guys, and we had a good team, and you just jump right in and you just start learning, and it was a great experience, and to be able to be there working in the industry so soon, I felt really lucky, and just was able to kind of, again, every show you learn something new and you have new experiences that will take you and propel you on to the next. Well, every day is different, so that is what's fun about it. You get to experience new things daily. Pretty much, we start very early on in pre-production, and we pretty much find the production office, and it depends, whether it's in California or a distant location. Usually, I go out with the production supervisor or UPM. We find the place where we have the office and stages and warehouses. We fill it with furniture, phones, copiers, all that kind of good stuff. And we help hire the crew. We order equipment for the various departments, camera, grip, electric. We do the distribution of scripts and schedules. we basically are kind of the hub of it all, and the point people for information. So it's good to have good communication skills and a lot of patience. But it's good. It's good, and we take it right up to, from production to production. Our duties change as we start filming, making sure we do the reporting of what's happening during the day. And then of course wrap, where we kind of package up everything, turn into the studio, close down the office, and go home. So it's a nice run. It's the challenges. It can be challenging working on distant locations, not having, say, the equipment handy right away. If there's emergencies, flying in, FedExing in certain equipment that's needed for that next day's shoot, always a challenge. Making sure that we have the crew to work the set. That's also challenging. Just getting the right people to be a part of the team. So I would say those are some of the challenges that we face. I go on vacation.
What do you think?
No, usually when I finish a project, I do try to take a vacation because we have just worked a million hours and we've put in some good time, and there is a sense of accomplishment. It's something that we've seen right from inception all the way through, and so it's nice to be able to say yes, we've completed it, and to look forward to seeing it on the screen. Whether it's the big screen or television, and so I try to travel. Oh gosh, anywhere tropical. A couple of years ago, went to the Maldives, and it was amazing and just beautiful and a lot more doable than people think. So I encourage everybody, travel, get out there. It's beautiful. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I find that every job pretty much leads to your next job. Networking in this industry is everything. Traditionally, I'm pretty bad at it. But when you like people, it's easy. I've been very lucky. I've worked with some great people, including George Para. I worked at Sony Screen Gems for almost 5 years with Glenn Gaynor over there, who is amazing and incredible and so supportive. So I've been very lucky. I've had folks that have recommended me for jobs that, I had barely started to look, and people have recommended me, which is nice, and we try to pay it forward as well. People that work with me, I try to recommend them for jobs going forward, because it's who you know, and if you're a hard worker and you're great to work with, then we definitely want to keep those people working, because it's important. Our industry can be very hard, and there are a lot of long hours, and so you want to make sure you're working with good people. I would say get out there, get your hands dirty, go do the independents, go do, any project you can find, whether it's paid or not. Experience is everything. I know that's honestly, when I'm looking at someone's resume, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who has done some things. It doesn't have to be huge things. Everybody starts somewhere, so that saying is true. But just get out there and just, don't be afraid to try new things, different departments. Sometimes going in what you think you want to fall into, might not be where your passion ultimately lies. So it's good to, when you're just starting out, check your local film offices. They oftentimes have leads and job opportunities right on it. So definitely talk to people, get the word out there. This is what you're interested in doing, and yeah, that's kind of the way to do that. Well, I'm working on a television show called Yellowstone for the Paramount Network, and it is a great show, and I'm not saying that just because I'm working on it. We just had our premiere last night, and I think it went very well. It's a great show. It's fun. It really explores a ranching family, and just the how hard it is in this day and age to try to maintain, you know, family and business and ethics. It's a huge story, great scenery, shot here in Utah as well as Montana, and beautiful scenery. This is really my first time here in Utah, and I'm loving it. It's so beautiful. The show has inspired me. I've been horseback riding and fly fishing, and it's been amazing. It's been great to be out here. Utah Film Studios has been wonderful. It's a great place to work out of. Everyone has been so helpful. And just, you know, when you're setting up offices, when you're working, and oftentimes you feel so alone in distant locations. It's just you trying to talk to the vendors, explain what you need. And the Utah Film Studios has been amazing, right there with everything that we've needed. You know, our communications, our phones, our internet, you know, furniture, the stage space is perfect. You know, we've been able to build several sets on the stages, and it just makes for much easier shooting when you have a great studio behind you to help with everything you need. Probably the best piece of advice is be yourself, work hard, and just keep moving forward. You know, it can be a hard business. It's tough. It's not all about the glamour. I often joke about that. When you're working, you know, your 12th or 14th hour, you know, it's not so glamorous then, but it's a great business. It's fun. It's exciting. It's challenging. You get to meet amazing people, work with amazing people, go to different cities and towns and states, and it's been an incredible experience. Well, actually, I've been working on some scripts, and I'm actually looking forward to hopefully creative producing down the line. I have a few scripts that are in the process of being worked on right now, and looking forward to seeing them up on the big screen, hopefully within the next few years. So.
Do you like to write?
Writing is actually kind of painful. So I have the stories, but I also have a co-writer who's helping me write and just trying to get the ideas out there. And I can tell you a story all day, but to sit down and do the hard work of writing is difficult. So I know I need help. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is. It's funny because you know, people have been telling me that, you know, it's such a beautiful place, but when you actually get here and you're out and it's, you know, you need more adjectives to describe, because every time, you know, last weekend I was fly fishing and I'm like, my God, this is so beautiful.
Right.
It's like I need more adjectives to describe, because it's just the country is beautiful, the people are warm and friendly. It's such a beautiful place to be.
Yeah, the Utah's new slogan there, Utah, we need more adjectives.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.